Hello. Hello, everybody. Another live stream. Let's see. Korg MS-20 and the SQ-10. Yes, indeed. I thought let's do something else today with a different intro, a bit going analog, showing some stuff from the past. And in case you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, you maybe already saw that I created again a switching board. And let's walk to it. Here it is. Here's the switching board. And it's below the SQ-10 sequencer. I called it SQ-10 switch. And essentially, it's the same lineup as I had when I was 15. When I was 15, the SQ-10 and MS-20 was my first synthesizer. And the SQ-10 is pretty limited. So I created, at that time, a gray box for switching functions. And for some reason, this box disappeared. But I recreated this again. So here it is again. And let's see if we have some people on the chat room. And what I did for the fun part is also having the same sequence, which is playing not only by this Korg MS-20, but also with Predator-3. Okay, I'm checking here the chat room. I can see some people. You can see me also. Sometimes I disappear because on the right-hand side, there is this Korg MS-20 with this SQ-10. And I thought, yeah, that would be nice to show you what I did. Okay, so I see some people in the chat room. Okay, and now I'm gonna add the MS-20. You see, it's a bit the same sequence as I had with the Predator-3. So let's play Predator-3. This has a delay. So let's play it with delay. Here comes the delay. Okay. Okay. To explain it, I need to shut down the delay to explain what I did with this switching board. Well, first you see I have this trigger, so I can put off triggering. So this is the trigger out, and what I can do is connect a second MS-20 and put on the triggering so that it starts playing. Okay, and then you see here A, B, and C. Well, A is for the pitch. So if now there's no pitch anymore, and I need to switch it on. So A goes into the input for the oscillators for creating the sequence. And that's the way you do it with the SQ-10 together with the MS-20. Then you also can transpose. That's the way to do it. Some people might connect it to the other VCO, but that's not such a good plan. Okay, now I hit the... Okay, yeah, let's fade it out. So that's one thing I had to figure out. You see this yellow cable. That is the one I had to figure out how to connect the sequence in a way that you still could transpose. So if you would connect the pitch directly to the CV in, you would only have one steady sequence. And now it's in the oscillator 1-2 connection, and the modulation is fully open, and then you have a transposable sequence. Now then I added B, and B, I need to connect B. Voltage B goes inside this one, and B goes into the other modulation of the MS-20, which is this one, which I can connect to the filter. So now I need to switch it on. And now you hear that the second row controls the filters. So this is the B row, it runs in parallel, and the B row goes in here, and here I can switch it off or say, okay, I don't want to have this anymore. Then it's steady again. So this is the way we had some variations in these sequences. Okay, now let's go back to what we had. And the other thing I did is also C, and C is for ratcheting. But let me first show you something else, because here you can see a cable goes to step reset. Here can you do a reset. So if I switch this one over, you only have 2 steps. And then I switch to this one, you go to 4 steps. And then I could go to 8 steps and even more to 12 steps. Yeah, and then, so this is what we use. You could make some nice variations. So this is for resetting the amount of steps you have. Okay. And then the last thing is essentially ratcheting. I use channel C, which is down here, connected to the clock. And if I put that one on, you can hear here by different values you get this triple notes or half the note. So that was C. And you can see you have far more variations. I also put on B. That's row B. Row B off. Okay, so this is the switching board I created, and of course it sounds nicer with a bit of delay, so you add dulciane. Yeah, and of course you think the frustration live was essentially, so let us stop it now. If we play live, you had only one tuning, one setup, because each time you want to do another sequence, you need to tune it. So you need to open here so that you have one tone and go per step. You need to tune it. Step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, 6. And okay, bye. Okay. So it's not in semitones, it's really tuning. So you need to stop it and go step by step. once you had tuned it, yeah, you had your sequence, of course. Okay. So this about the Korg MS-20 and SQ-10 setup I have, and as you see, this in a live setup was really very stressful. Most of the time we did it that one guy did tune, I did make another sequence, and then the other guy had the time to do some different tuning. So we are totally spoiled these days with the options we have now. Still great to have, and I thought, yeah, let's make this little switch back here in my studio. And of course, this type of sound you easily can create using a Predator-3, which you can hear as well. And then we have, of course, the option to tune a bit easier. So yeah, I'm checking here. So I'm muting now this MS-20. And I changed a little bit here my screen so that you can see the rest, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little intermezzo with my analog gear. So I need to check here on the right hand side if everything is nice, and hopefully you could hear myself a little bit talk about it. Yeah, indeed, it's the same gear we used on Terra Nova, and the switching sequencer you especially can hear on the Peru Constellations album. And so I took the same type of sequence. Now I see that I still need to move it a little bit. I think it's good. Yes. This one is then now with Predator-3. I did the same. And of course here you also can, I mean here I use A and B together. Of course if you have a beat. Here you could use the velocity or the free row, for instance, to do the other high pass filter. So if I shut the high pass filter on, and I can say here in the mod matrix, I can drag the cutoff frequency down here. You see, that's drag and drop, and choose the modulation, the free row, free row, to control the high pass filter. See how that works out. Okay, let's do one sequence A. I know, of course, it's active, but we could use a trick for doing this, so that it's added by, for instance, the modulation wheel. So what I could do is having the modulation wheel controlling the amount of the first modulation slot. Amount control, yes. Open the modulation wheel. Okay, I need to shut it down here, up here is also. And now it's the case when the modulation wheel is open that the free row does modulate the high pass filter. And of course, resonance. Okay, I need to save this one. Save preset as. SQ-2 mod wheel. Let's see if that one fits. Okay. Sequence B, let's see. Wrong. So now I'm trying up a B and up A. This is RB. And I can join them together. So with the modulation wheel shut down, we have this. I open the modulation wheel, and the free row controls the high pass filter. So by using these little things, you can really make some variations in the sound. Okay, it'll be the... Yeah, indeed, it sounds a little bit like a glitch thing, but this is done using the features inside Predator-2. So I saved this one as well. I make these downloadable for you guys, the MS-20 SQ-10s. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. This one it was. And this one doesn't have the B. Oh, did I not save it? That is stupid of mine. Although I can easily go back from one to another. So I do a reverse engineering. No high pass filter here. A and B. And then we have again the original one. Yes. File, save as, and then I overwrite the other one. Yes, I know. And then we have two of them. So these two I will upload guides for you. Having an old style like the MS-20 here, which I can play. That one needs to be a little bit tweaked. And by the way, some did notice, but the sustain dial on the sustain dial on the MS-20 is the other way around. If you turn it to the left, and on any other synthesizer, if you turn the sustain to the left, it closes down. And with the original MS-20, it's the other way around. Very funny. At first I thought that my synth was defect, but it seems to be on all of them. That's funny, isn't it? Okay, so what is the other news about Predator-3? Well, we will have next week, we will have an update with more presets. We will have a 120% screened version because on the full HD, some thought, well, there's some space to get it a little bit bigger. The 133% is too big for full HD. That is a good one if you have a wide screen like I have. But it's a tad too big for the full HD, so we have a different additional size. Then we have this feature that you can shut down also the 3D wave animation. So now if you go to the next preset, it always jumps to the 3D waveform, which is nice, but we had some people which had not such a powerful computer, which are the CPU. It was a strain on the graphic card, and so you can do some more on off. You can, so if you say I don't want to have this 3D wave, you can shut it off. You can shut off also the wave screen each time when you go to next preset that it jumps to the wave screens. You can put it off. So some additional features are in the control menu. I'm busy with new presets and some very nice ones. I have, let me see, let me play you a few. Order by date, of course. It's kind of marimba sound. It's in the ambient bank. Yeah, morning fog synth. So I thought, yeah, sometimes you need to create a name. I thought, oh yeah, that's maybe a nice name. Thinking about a fog. So this is also an ambient sound. Yeah, this is from the ambient bank. Yeah, this mellow sawdown lead I had already last week. I tweaked a little bit of it, so did tag it. And this one we already had. It was one oscillator sound, very smooth lead sound. Yeah, very smooth. One saw wave only used for having what was the other thing? I also created a reed type sound, but I'm not sure. Or here's reeds. Well, this is more like a hobo. That's really a nice reed type of sound. Maybe with a different scale, it would be even more cool. So a different tuning scale. What was the other one? Yeah, we had the 1 minute pad. That's in the ambient bank. Remember last week, within 1 minute, we had the pad sound, and it became a very nice one. One oscillator using the spread feature, which makes that this one oscillator does create, in fact, 3 oscillators and detunes. And I made also a variation, which is a bit fuller. Uses, okay, that is, let me see. Oh, that's a good one. It should be inside here. 1 minute, 2 minutes. It was called 2 minutes, but why don't I see it now? 2 minutes. Oh, here, 2 minute pad. So this one is a bit full. nice pad sounds, but also some other things I'm working on. Psytrance, some Be Cool ARP3. So this is really for Psytrance as a filler. Modulation wheel controls the high pass filter, but also the FX1 feedback. Very thin, a bit like a MS-20 type of sound. But this one is nice. Chord up mode love. So the love for the up mode chord mode. So this is the mode chord mode. Yeah, and there's another one. It's not so good what I played, but Modulation 2 Advanced Sequence. That's one you should check once we release next week this version. This one uses also, but then the advanced mode. The advanced mode in the modulation matrix is that you can set a certain threshold. And a threshold means that if I open this modulation wheel, the FX mix and the FX feedback only starts... let me see. Oh no, I didn't set that yet. Should start only if I hit, for instance, half the value. So let's see what happens. Oh, I changed the wrong one. Amount, lower threshold. Yeah, that's... No, Rob, the sound was good. This threshold I use for the high pass resonance. So if I go higher with the modulation wheel, the resonance goes up. If I'm going with the modulation wheel above 80%. Okay, let's try it again. Of course, you don't see my modulation wheel moving. Oh, that's pity. It's not in the play mode here. No. Oh, that's pity. Because it's cool. It's the modulation wheel, which I'm moving now. Oh, dirty, isn't it? Oh, the 1 minute pad landed there also. That's strange. Okay, I should delete that one, of course. Because the 1 minute pad was already in the other one. Delete, yes. Yeah, other thing which we'll have next week, if you have find preset and you say pad, find is now not as good as it could be. And now you see this one shows in the trance and psytrance bank, there are 3 pads. If you go up in the synth, you see there pads. So here on the right hand side, it's a bit darker, lights up that these banks have pads. And the one which lights up a bit more has then the one which you are currently selected the bank. So that's something we also improved, which also means in the search category, it's the same story. So we have pad, and you see in synth, we have then again the pad sounds, which are here. So that's something we are improving as well. Okay, back here. Let me see if I had something else. Synth sounds. EDM. Ratcheting sync sequencer. That's also a new one. Which using the ratcheting mode and sync oscillator. Typical, of course, And the more, you see, only oscillator 2 is used, but it's in sync, synchronizing the oscillators. Without it, you get this. But this is sync. And what we have is a lead. This one uses the flanger, and with the flanger, the default setting is now fully wet because that's more the flanger sound. If you mix too much of the original sound, you get very hard peaks and volumes. So with the default for the flanger, phaser, and the analog phaser, and also the analog flanger, it goes to fully wet. Oh, that's dirty. So this is a sync sound combined with the flanger. Yeah, the stream bass we had last week, which was a nice dry bass. So that one is also inside of it. Yeah. So you see, I'm pretty busy, and hopefully, so next week we have some more new sounds you can enjoy. Let me see if there's another one. No. And that one I did not yet. Okay, let me see the chat room because I'm talking, I'm playing around. Okay. Can we make a 3-minute pluck? 3-minute pluck. Yeah, within 3 minutes, I think it can be shorter. We have different types of plucks. It's now 33. Okay, 33. No, it starts 34. Here on my computer, it's 34. Okay, I start from default. What I would do, one type of pluck we could do is simply by using the advanced page and FM synthesis, which means phase modulation. And oscillator 1 does the phase modulation. If you do FM synthesis, you need to have a envelope, free envelope 1. And I set that one on the volume. I could do drag and drop. Yeah. Of course. That's a little bit starting to get plucky. I'm still within 1 minute. Okay, that's one type of plug. That's one type of plug. It's not finished. It's 1 minute. You need to hear that in the music. It's a type of plug. It's a type. Okay, I saved this one. This is within 1 minute. I think 2 minutes. Save preset as pluck attempt 1. But what you also can do, I think this one is better. There's a lot of low end, which makes it a bit plucky, which we can reduce by using the high pass filter. Auto filter type 12 dB. Let's go to 12 dB, which is a bit brighter. Type 2. Yeah, I think this one is better. So this is a temp 1. So let's see how it sounds if you have some music. Some bass. Adds a little bit of a pluck. Maybe the reverb is a bit too much. And what you also can do, by the way, before I go to the next plug, is using, that's an interesting idea, using the filter, the free envelope. Let's do an experiment. We pick this free envelope, modulation source, free envelope, number 1, and I use that one on the FX1 on the mix. Let's see what happens. No, on the FX1 or another one. Maybe I should, this one is maybe too fast. So free envelope 2, and go here to free envelope 2. Yeah, you hear that now? Funny, isn't it? Oh, this is positive. Got a kind of sidechain idea. That's cool, isn't it? Okay, I shall save this one. Save as pluck attempt verb. And weird, isn't it? Yeah, pluck attempt verb. Okay, let's don't miss the chat room. There are other options also. Yeah, so will not work, but a narrow square also could work for a plug. So now I use a little bit of FM synthesis. Plug today, yes, that's just saying. Somebody who Briggs asked, what is Predator-3 like for the bass sounds? Yeah, perfect. Perfect bass synthesizer. The one you hear now. That's a good bass. Yeah, there are plenty basses on board. You see old basses, this is from the old basses banks, from the original Predator. Yeah, Predator is good in, I would say, in all areas from that perspective. can do go any direction. Yeah, we work with this pluck. Okay, where is it? Yeah, then you could indeed or add delay. That will be an option, of course, to even. But that's also what you can do. Nice, huh? You get a nice extra thing. The other thing, what you can do to pluck is sometimes also multiple. So we could use in the play mode, shut down the reverb now. So got the dry. We can use the chord mode and, for instance, use 2. And then I detune one octave higher. So essentially I play now 2 notes. As if you 2 were playing. Or you could say 1 octave lower, that's also an option. Wrong note. Then you also have a strumming type, so cling, 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 cling. Okay, so I save this one, save preset as. I need to fix, of course, need to check these presets, and next week you can have them as a additional thing. Yeah, another way to create a plug is not using FM, but simply, okay, did I use? I need to shut down the chord. Saw is not so good, but if you have a square and you go to the advanced page to make this square, yeah, this sounds like a game machine. Playing a game with Predator-3. But then you use the filter to make this blocking thing, and also this is also a kind of okay, let's have it without the this is more a plug done by an old synthesizer. Maybe a bit of resonance. See? Now it also is a plug. This is a pulse plug. I will save this one as well. Save preset as pulse plug 01. And of course here also the maybe with a bit of the FX again, the reverb. Nice, isn't it? So this is the second one. Save preset. Oops. Yeah, okay, let's keep this one. 8-bit sounds. Yeah, essentially these computers, they had essentially a square waveform and they made them a bit narrow to have different sounds. So essentially it was a square what they used. And that one, by changing the pulse widths, they had more sounds, but it was very basic. So I'm checking here for the plug sounds. Here, that one. Then we could also here do the strumming. So that one I would save, then also save preset as number 2. So this about the plugs. There are of course tons of variations. What you could do, pizzicato sounds indeed like a pizzicato. Yeah. Oh, time flies, isn't it? Yeah, if you're new to the live stream, you always can watch it back if you're maybe a bit later. It's in the playlist, live streams in the day afterwards. Mostly I do some timestamps so that you can go from certain sections. You don't have to watch the whole hour. If there's something I discuss during this live stream with a certain subject, I make a timestamp. Yeah, so if you would go to a default preset and then sinus, that's already a basic sound from the computer. And then they had a little bit of a variation that is. Yeah, that's a very empty, very, very basic waveform. Okay. Did I miss something? No, I think I'm... So next week, we will have an update for Predator-2 with the 120% size version. Some more features in the control room, more presets. We had also fixed a few small bugs, not big ones, but a few small amount, and a few new presets already did play. That one I had already. Yes. I think I had a. Oh, we had also these muted guitars. Remember that few? It's also a little bit plucky. Ay. That's very loud, this one. Need to go order by date. Muted guitar, yeah. Bass, that one is already inside of it. Has a nice attack. The attack is one of the spectrum waveforms in the start. So, you see, it's very thin. But if you combine that with the third oscillator, then you got a very good... And what is also always nice, if you use in the play mode, you can play polyphonic, then Predator-3 is 16 voice. But legato mode, you really can make them different grooves, because if you release the key, the attack is there. But if you play legato, you have this type of things. So if you make a groove, watch, let's hope I can play a nice groove for you. Okay, so you got something like this. Here's the bass. Yeah, at the end you more. That's if you play legato, you get this typical. Okay. Just in the last part here, so you can really of this. it's a very cool bass. Okay, let's go to the chat room again, because maybe I'll keep on playing and having fun. Can we also, how to connect RoCoder to MIDI? Yeah, it's, you don't get it. Well, it depends on your music host. It's not that complicated. What you do is you have an audio track, like here, a voice sample. Okay, so this is the voice sample. That's a sample. On this audio track, you put RoCoder. So if I'm not wrong, it's RoCoder on it already. Let's see. Yes. If I bypass it, we should hear some sound. I open RoCoder now. Voice. Okay, let's do another bank, introduction bank. The first one always should give some. Okay, so it's a bit loud, sorry for that. So then I go here to a vocoder presets. So I simply pick one. Vocal, RoCoder, okay. Then you need to connect the MIDI, okay. Inside RoCoder, it's best to have here in the setting that it receives MIDI. Let me see if you can put on the back panel, I think. You see MIDI channel Omni, that's the best thing to do, to have MIDI channel Omni. That's most of the time, that's default. So if you start up RoCoder for the first time, I think everything should be okay. Then the next thing you need to do is create a MIDI track. Now, let's do that. Add track MIDI, and I call it RoCoder control. So, of course, I need to have the MIDI keyboard attached. In this case, it's my. And then you need to connect, and that's here. The MIDI out from this track should go in this list down here to the RoCoder, you see, voice sample RoCoder MIDI in. That you need to select. So, and let's see, and if all should be okay. And now you have the, you can play the keyboard. You don't see the keyboard because the webcam is on the MS-20, but I'm playing the keyboard now. So have the audio track. Below it, you create a MIDI track, and then in the menu here, you connect the MIDI with the RoCoder. So voice sample, that's the name of the track. You see voice sample up here. This voice sample, that's the name of the track. In your case, maybe it's audio track or something. And here it appears on voice sample, RoCoder MIDI in. That's all. So it's not that complicated, but you just need to know it. Anchor S, we have not yet Anchor S. On the feature page, it should say that we will soon have Anchor S. We hope to have the Anchor S compatibility at the end of November. So what we do is then in the first release, that will be impossible to have it Anchor S compatible, because once we have all the settings for Anchor S, we need to send it in to Native Instruments. They check if everything is okay, and then we can release. So that takes still a little bit of time. Okay. Yeah, guys, that was a little bit for today. If there's any question, let me know. Tom had no time to send in the demo song, and I told him, well, it's not necessary, or that we always expect a demo song of you. So if you have fun and time for it, everybody loves it, but it's not always. It's not mandatory, or as they call it in English, to have it. So yeah, hopefully Tom pops up then in another live stream, and then we would play it. So okay. Will there also be a re-release of all the Peru albums? There will be a Peru box. We have, of course, the re-release of the Nova album. The double CD is now out, and we are working on creating a box with the Peru music, and also we're looking for other material which we still never was released. The Constellations album, on CD it missed one track. We're looking for that one. So, but that will be in the autumn of next year, because it's quite some work to have that one done. Yeah. Anyhow, guys, I would say thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to the channel. If you click on this bell icon, you also get a instant notification if I'm on live with the live stream, or if there is any new video tutorial. So I hope to see you guys next week, and then we continue in having fun with synthesizers. Thank you for watching, and enjoy making music.